All right, let's tell this story in a 4:3 aspect ratio. And I'm shooting on the Panasonic S5. I'm actually using the 20-60 kit lens, and that's for anybody who cares. Shooting in log. That's about all the information. Manual focus. I don't use autofocus. So, have you ever been approached by a company to show their, showcase their product on your channel? I've been approached by quite a few companies, and nobody's ever offered to sponsor me, but people always want to, as they put it, collaborate with me, which I just think is an interesting way to put it, But I'm always open to listening to anything anybody says. And so recently, well, actually not so recently, a while back I got an email from a company, and I'm not going to say their name because that's exactly what they want me to do. They want me to, help them sell their product. They want me to give them some advertising. So in exchange for a product that they offered me. So they reached out to me probably about 2 or 3 months ago, and they said, "Oh my God, we're so excited to collaborate with you. We love your channel. We love your work. We're an eyeglass company. And, I wear sunglasses a lot in my videos. When I'm outdoors, I often wear sunglasses." And they said they were looking forward to having a long-term, collaboration with me. And so we went back and forth, and I asked them some questions. And then I said, okay, cool. Because I thought, you know what? I can get a pair of glasses with prescription for free, and all I have to do is wear their glasses and talk, mention their product, So I don't know, maybe perhaps, I didn't even go back and look, but well, I'll get to that part at the end of this video. So anyway, we go back and forth, finally decide to do it, and they say, okay, send us all your information, your prescription, and all this other stuff, and we will get you out the glasses. So I have to go get an eye exam because I hadn't had an eye exam in a long time, because I really haven't needed glasses until the last few years. So I went to get a new prescription. I got it. I sent it to them, and then they ghost me. They just disappear. Okay? And, I waited like 2 weeks, and, they were the ones going, hurry up, we need to do this quickly. We want to do this within 2 weeks, all this kind of stuff. I hear nothing. So I write back, I'm like, I just wanted to check to make sure you got my information, because I thought maybe they didn't get the stuff that they asked for, and I just wanted to follow up. Nothing. Follow up again, like maybe 2 weeks later. And then I sent them another email saying, okay, I guess you changed your minds or whatever. It's fine, no problem. Peace, A couple of months later, yesterday, I suddenly hear from them out of the blue. They want to go ahead and do it. I'm like, okay, like no explanation. Well, actually, they said to me, we had gone through some internal changes, so sorry it took so long to get back to you, but let's go. I said, okay. So they said, send us your information. I wrote back, I already sent you all my information. So we go back and forth with that a few times. Which glasses did you choose? I said, look, I'm just going to copy and paste my email. So I found the old email, I copied it, I pasted it, I sent it back to them, and I get this email back, and it says, here are our requirements. And here's the interesting part. They required that I said that the glasses are stylish. They required that I say that the glasses are well built. So that's all I saw in the email. There's a lot of other words there and stuff, but that's what I read, because I'm like, I ain't about that. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to require me to say anything unless you're sponsoring me, paying me to make a commercial for you, because then I'm unattached to it. It doesn't matter. Okay? So anyway, I write back to them. I say, listen, I'm not, I'm going to be honest with whatever I feel. Now, obviously, first of all, let me say this, and I said this to them. I completely appreciate this gift. I do not take it for granted. It's incredible. Thank you so much for thinking of me. I said all that to them. And that is how I feel. They didn't have to send me glasses. And just so you know, just for a little context, the glasses at this website cost $29 for the most expensive frames. And that includes your prescription. And so I think, though, if you get, what do they call it, progressives, It's a little bit more expensive, but you get the idea. It's nothing like regular glasses that can cost over $1,000. So these are 29 bucks. So the glasses I chose were $29. So I said to them, look, when I get the glasses, I promise you I'm not going to say anything bad about them. You're sending me a free gift, you know. So I'll find a way to, you know, be positive about it. But I am not going to say they're stylish if I think they're ugly. And I'm not going to say they're well built if they fall apart in 2 days. I'm not going to do that. So they had all these other requirements too. And then they said, we also require a 2 to 3 minute video specifically for our glasses, nothing else. And I was like, yo, I am not going to do a commercial for you just for an exchange of a pair of glasses. If you would like a commercial done for you, we can talk about that, but that's a whole nother, you know, that's like a different budget, a whole nother issue. I can send you, you know, information about that if you would like, but I'm not doing that. And so then the guy wrote back and he said to me, well, okay, as long as you would say something that would last about 2 or 3 minutes in a video, that would be fine. I said, okay, you know what? It'll be part of another bigger video. I'll wear the glasses, I'll talk about them. It'll be kind of like I'm being an ambassador for your product. And that's cool. I'll do that, you know? But again, I'm going to be honest. And he writes back and he says, okay, we're good with that. And then I don't hear from them again for like 24 hours. And I get an email this morning saying, we've decided to change our minds. Obviously, you didn't read the initial email. We have certain requirements. You're not willing to do them. We look forward to possibly collaborating in the future. And so here's the thing. You know, they are just trying to take advantage of a small YouTuber who they think is going to go for anything, right? Anything free. And what you have to understand is, do not undervalue yourself. You know your worth. Know the effort that you put in to learn to do what you do, where a company is going to reach out to you because they know that people are coming to your channel and they like what you do. Don't let them take advantage of you and disrespect you and pay you basically nothing for something that's way over the top. Now, again, if they, like I've had, you know, camera bag companies reach out to me, toy drones, things like that. Nobody's ever asked me to say anything that I didn't want to say. Everybody has said, just be honest, whatever, we're cool. We just want to send this to you. Like I reviewed a Brevity bag, and it wasn't for me, and I said that. But I spoke about it positively because I actually thought it was a good bag. It just wasn't good for me. You know, it just couldn't handle the tasks that I require of a bag for my filmmaking equipment. You know, I have a bag. It's like 3 times the size of the bag that they sent me. It's much more robust. It's a better bag. It's completely waterproof and windproof and all this kind of stuff. And the Brevity bag is just a light bag. It's like a backpack to go to school with, you know, but it's fine. It's well built. You know, the zippers are fine. It's really a good bag. But, you know, I don't know. They might hate me now, you know, but they didn't say anything to me. They didn't require me to do anything. And I wound up giving that bag to a young filmmaker that I know. But these people were requiring me to say things that I might not believe, and I'm not going to do that, you know? And that's incredibly disrespectful. And also the way they said it, like, I don't remember the exact wording, but they said something like, clearly you didn't read the initial email. Trust me when I tell you, I read every single word. And I made it very clear about how I go about my business and what I do. And I'm just trying to tell you that there's a big difference between somebody who wants to collaborate with you and somebody who wants to sponsor you. Now, if somebody wants to sponsor you, that means they're probably paying you money where you can pay your bills, you know? Maybe $1,000 a month, $500 a month, you know, $2,000 a month, $15,000 a year. Maybe they want to do a commercial for 15 grand, 20 grand, something like that. You know, a proper payment for a commercial. I mean, don't forget, you spent a lot of money on your equipment. You might have spent a lot of money going to school. You've certainly put in a lot of time. You've invested so much of yourself in this work. Do not allow somebody to take advantage of you. So again, there's a difference between collaborating, where you're willing to shout out a company and they're willing to give you something that is costing them basically nothing. You know, like Brevity, if they're selling a bag for 160 bucks, it probably costs them $25 to make it. 30 bucks, something like that. These glasses, if they're selling it for $29, you can only imagine it probably cost them like $3 to make these glasses. And so they're asking me to provide them with something that is worth thousands of dollars. And also they're asking me to compromise my integrity, to possibly say something that I don't believe. They require me to say they're stylish and well-built. Now, there might be a lot of people watching this video who totally disagree with me, and that's fine. I'm just talking about me. But what I am saying to you is that, in my opinion, I don't think you should undervalue yourself. I think you should know your worth. And, you know, build up your channel, make money the way you can make money, you know, get to 4,000 watch hours, get some AdSense, you know, do, you know, links, you know, whatever they're called, you know, links at Amazon and stuff like that. I mean, do everything that you can do as an entrepreneur to make money, you know. I mean, create some kind of a class and, you know, and sell that to people. Like, there's so many ways to do it. But don't sell out because you want to get a toy drone and just say anything, you know, be a shill for somebody. Because then you're going to lose credibility too. Because, you know, if you just like take everything that somebody offers, that a bunch of people offer you, people are going to watch your channel and go, this dude is just he's not about anything, you know. Especially a channel like mine, where I'm talking about sometimes difficult, kind of controversial things that, you know, sometimes lose me subscribers, but I'm being very honest all the time, and I'm being very sincere, and I'm speaking with like no bullshit ever, you know. And so I'm not gonna be that product guy. However, I say all that to say there's nothing wrong with making money. And if somebody is coming here to offer me to do a commercial, and they want to pay me properly to do the commercial, like I'll send them my budget, and then if they want to pay me for that, I will make the best possible commercial for them that I can, you know? And I'll say whatever they want me to say, unless it's something that's offensive to me or like against everything I believe in, like if it's promoting war or genocide or something like that, obviously, you know? I'm not going to make a commercial for something that is killing people, you know, like personally, I wouldn't do a commercial for something like, you know, fast food or something like that, because I'm all about nutrition and I actually talk about it a lot. But I'll do a commercial for a camera that I don't use or running shoes that I don't use or whatever. If I find any value whatsoever in the product, I'll do it. That's fine, as long as you pay me. But if it's just an exchange, you don't have, you ain't got no juice to be telling me what to say. No to that. If you want to be kind enough to send me a product because you like my channel and you like what I do, then you're also, frankly, taking a risk that I'm going to be honest about it, you know? And again, I will never say anything negative about it, because I definitely live my life like, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all, unless it's about injustice. But obviously, if somebody's selling me a product, there's not going to be any injustice involved. And so if it's the crappiest product ever, I'm probably just never going to talk about it. And if a company wants it back, I'll just send it back. Otherwise, I'll just give it to somebody, you know, or I'll throw it away or whatever. But if it's something that's even remotely usable and that I can imagine it's useful to somebody, then I'll say something nice about it. You know, I'll say that. I'll say this is probably useful to a 7-year-old child, or, you know, somebody who's, you know, working at the post office, or, you know, like whatever comes to my mind, you know. So I guess I just wanted to make this video because I thought to myself, I think a lot of people are kind of desperate when they're trying to be entrepreneurs and trying to get on a, you know, a platform like this. And I think sometimes we kind of undersell ourselves. We don't really, you know, understand our worth. And I have been so guilty of this over the years. I'll give you one example and then I'll end this video. A long time ago, I used to do a lot of background vocal and demo work vocally for a very well-known music producer, somebody who had multiple Grammys and all kinds of awards and worked with major, huge, gigantic artists. And I worked with him a lot, doing all these demos for him. And then he would take those demos, give them to the artists that he was producing. They would learn the songs, or he'd work out background vocal parts with me, and then they go into the studio. And, you know, I would sometimes be on those main sessions too. But when I first met him, I was very young. I was new to the business, and I was willing to do anything. And I worked for him for free all the time, you know. And I'm talking like crazy stuff. Like he'd call me at 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, at the time I was living on 95th Street in Manhattan, uptown on the Upper West Side. He'd call me from like Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, and go, yo, I got a song, can you come out? And I'm like, at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll just like get out of bed, get on a train and go to Brooklyn, because I'm like, yes, yes. Like I was known as the person who never said no, ever, to any gig, you know? And so I worked with this guy for free all the time. And this went on for like probably 2 years. And then finally one day he said to me, listen, we got a session, we're gonna do the backgrounds that you worked out, you know, can you be here Wednesday night? And I was like, yo, now, you know, you should start paying me now. Like everybody else is showing up and getting scale. And I know they were more experienced than me for a long time, but now I got plenty of experience and, you know, I need to pay my bills. So now you could start paying me. And his response was like, oh, now you're a big man. Now you want to get paid. Oh, now you're suddenly a pro. Wow. Oh, wow. Do I have to even say anything about that? The level of disrespect. And I have no one to blame but myself, you know. And I've done that over the years because I'm just so eager to work and to, you know, I'm all about the art and I don't really think about money and I'm not a good business person, but I've learned. And, you know, it started when I got into the theater. I started to really understand, like, I was filling houses all the time, you know, selling out shows, and I wasn't making enough money to have it make sense to me. You know what I mean? Like, I figured out how much money the tickets cost and how much money the theater was making and how much money I was getting paid. And I was like, yo, I'm getting taken advantage of. So I started to really learn to value myself. And I do the same thing with my filmmaking. And trust me, I do a lot of work for free. You know, if I want to do something, a project where somebody doesn't have a budget and it's for something like foster kids or the homeless or something like that, of course, I'm always going to do that. I help friends all the time. But in professional situations, I'm charging what I think it's worth. And if you don't want to work with me, that's fine. And it's the same thing with these sponsorships and these collaborations. Sponsorship, in my opinion, is a company giving you the utmost of respect. They're saying, we really love what you do. You developed a following that can help us. Because that's really what it's all about. You're helping them to sell their product. And they're like, you know what? We would be proud to have you sponsor our stuff. You know? Like if a camera company came and wanted me to sponsor them, I mean, if they wanted to sponsor me, that's so funny. If a camera company wanted to sponsor me, give me money because they wanted me to be an ambassador for their camera, I would have so much respect for that because I'm not the guy just talking about tech and stuff like that. I talk about politics, social issues. I talk about a lot of stuff. And so I would be like, yo, I would be proudly representing a company like that. You know what? Even if it was a company that was a camera that I wasn't using, I would switch to them because of my respect from a personal level. Because I also know I can make any camera look good, you know? I mean, there are aesthetics and differences and things like that, but pretty much all the major companies can serve the work that I do creatively, you know, technically. And, you know, so of course I would do that. And, you know, but companies that want to collaborate, that's when you have to be really careful, you know. You got to really think about it. And, you know, oftentimes it's great, you know, like with certain times that I have done it, it's been totally above board. I've been totally honest, and I don't play that, you know what I mean? And if it's just about exchanging gear or whatever, that's fine. I appreciate that, you know what I mean? I think it can be fun. But there is kind of a fine line that you have to pay attention to where somebody is coming here to take advantage of you, which is completely and utterly disrespectful. So don't do that. Don't disrespect yourself. You know your worth, know your value, and hold on to that because like your word and your integrity, those are the things that's all you got. Like, that's who you are, right? That's what you're about. That's how you want people to know you. So all of that kind of integrity kind of stuff, keep it.